We're back in the Thomas kitchen again, and we are going to be making a chicken and vegetable sheet pan meal. So everything's going to go on one pan into the oven, and that's it. Take it away.
So we have, in this you can't see it, but I've already chopped it up. We have squash, zucchini, and red bell pepper, broccoli, and sweet potatoes. So because sweet potatoes take longer to bake, we're going to put those in first, and we're just going to put a little drizzle of olive oil, and then I'm just going to measure. I usually don't, but I'm going to measure it for these purposes: 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And I'll just stir that all together and then put it on the pan.
And don't be hating on our spice game because it's not very fresh or very fancy.
Well, when you cook every meal, it's way easier to have spices like this, and you just have to be realistic. I'm not gonna chop up fresh spices every time or grind pepper every time, so.
We try to keep it simple. We want you to keep it simple too.
Okay, so the oven's preheating to 400. It's not done, but because we're not baking something, it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put these in the oven for about 10 minutes until they're getting soft. Okay, so our sweet potatoes are in the oven cooking for a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken and the vegetables to the same bowl we mixed the sweet potato in, and add our spices and mix them together. I went ahead and cut up the chicken into bite-sized pieces so that it'll cook, and we'll just put all these things into one bowl.
So run down on our spice list here. We've got black pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and lemon juice. Nothing very fancy, but it's easy and it works.
So I'm gonna go ahead and mix these up so when I add the spices, it won't just all.
All that beautiful color.
I'm gonna add our olive oil. I'm gonna do a good bit because there's a lot of chicken and veggies in here.
So it's 2 tablespoons.
And then some lemon juice. So the recipe I'm using calls for real lemon, but we shop at Aldi, and Aldi only has bags of lemons, so.
And let's face it, you don't always have a lemon on hand, so.
So we're gonna go with
Use what you got.
some lemon juice. Italian seasoning. And I'll probably add a little bit more, probably of everything than it says, because, well, you've seen us cook. We like our spices.
And I feel like a lot of times people end up under seasoning, especially meat. You end up having to season more than you think when it comes to meat. It's the onion powder. A couple tablespoons of that.
Teaspoons.
A couple of teaspoons of that.
Tablespoons and teaspoons, very different.
Yeah, that'd be very oniony. And 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, or however spicy you like it.
Yeah. We have a kid, so we have to manage the spice around here. What?
We're spreading it all out on the pan. We took our pan that had the sweet potatoes on it. They've cooked a little bit. They're a little softer. And we're just going to add the rest of the mixture and let it go. Now, you can't tell me that doesn't look beautiful. And after 20 minutes in the oven, it is done. So we got one more little time saver hack for you.
So when I was chopping up the vegetables for tonight, I just went ahead and chopped up some more vegetables. So broccoli, and this is the zucchini and squash and peppers, and then chicken. So that way all that we have to do tomorrow is just throw it all together again. We'll cut the sweet potato just so it doesn't get brown. But other than that, it's really easy, so save time that way.
Only chop once, You got 2 meals.
Yep.